Hello, my beloved Virgos. This is Molly with Soul School Tarot and Astrology, and I am so glad to have you guys here today. I'm here with you guys for your tarot and oracle card reading for the new moon in Aries. This is an exciting time, astrologically speaking, and it's a really kind of crazy time in the world around us. So I've been channeling lots of messages. I'm gonna go ahead and apologize straight up if I seem at all spacey during this video. I kind of, like all people, I've been working on just kind of like dealing with the situation that is unfolding around us, trying to get these videos out. All of Saturday and Sunday just kind of passed me by. I don't know how that happened. Okay. This video here is for my Virgo sun, moon, and rising signs, i.e., most likely to know which day of the week it is when in quarantine. All right, that's who my Virgos are right now. I hope you guys are dealing. I hope you guys are coping okay. I got a couple of videos out for you, a couple of pick-a piles ahead of my new moon readings because I wanted to really kind of get the initial reaction to kind of the coronavirus, all the changes going on in the world. I wanted to get that addressed in a reading, and I wanted to get love and romance and relationship issues addressed in a reading before I went into these today, because today my focus is how can you take this new moon in Aries energy and use it as an opportunity to grasp control over what a new normal is going to look like, whether that's within you, Virgos, or within your world, like when it comes to work and your health and well-being and all those other things. So the reading I'm doing today is from the Oracle of Dr. John D. I have adapted this. It is a spread called the Talisman of the Golden Table, and I'm just supplementing it with tarot and some other oracle decks. This allows us to look at 4 different areas of life: work and external influences, health and well-being, direction and intention, and then finally love and inspiration. So we're going to look at all of those areas today, but each of those, basically all of the cards in the oracle deck have a different interpretation depending on what area of life they fall in, and each interpretation poses us a question that we're going to explore a little deeper with tarot, and then we're going to finish off with a self-care card just to kind of let you guys know what you can be doing to take care of yourself at this time. All right, so as always, I've got an astro forecast out for this. If you want to know what's going on in the planets, check that out. Also, I'm going to refer you guys to my previous astro forecast. Now I'm going to keep that. That's your card. For the full moon in Virgo as well as the new moon in Pisces. If you guys are wondering what's going on in love when it comes to our values and our drive, Mars and Venus are just up to some things. So definitely check that out. Like I said, if you're curious about the astrology. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and get into this reading for my Virgo sun, moon, and rising signs. It is for the period March 24th through April 6th. Today's March 24th. So like I was saying before, sorry to get these out to you so late. All right. I just kind of like, today's the new moon. I have to get these readings out from the space I'm in. So let's get into this, you guys. This card right here is going to go in the center of this spread, and what this represents is what is the connecting thread between what's going on in all of these different areas of your life. How can you find your center at this time? How can you find harmony within? And it's all about intentions, all right, you guys. This is some major Virgo energy, all right, because Virgos are all about logistics. I honestly believe that most Virgos can solve any problem that is presented to them if it doesn't have to do with emotions, okay? Like they can solve any puzzle. So you guys have your intentions fixed on some sort of goal, and now you're going to do the Virgo thing. You're going to figure out the logistics surrounding it, all right? But right now, this intention is at the center of everything, all right? I do feel like this has something to do with emotion, though, like controlled emotion. We have new beginnings on the bottom of the deck, okay? Like I said, Virgos can solve any problem if that problem exists within a logical, rational system, all right? Guess what's not logical or rational most of the time? love, emotions, okay? So do you see how this person is concentrating their attention on pouring just the right amount of water out? That lets me know you guys have an intention that's going to require you to engage emotionally, but you want to make sure you do that just the right amount. All right, that's the energy that I've got there. We're going to keep coming back to this central card throughout the reading. I also want to tell you that all of this purple is kind of an indigo color, points to the third eye. You guys have seen something. I'm being real with you. Probably not in a way that you appreciate and recognize as an intuitive message, but I feel like Spirit has literally shown you a glimpse of what the future could be like. You've seen it with your third eye. Okay? And it's hard for you to accept that because Virgos are so logical and rational. This is, by the way, for my Virgo sun, moon, and rising signs, or anybody with a dominant planet, okay? I am not a sign dictator. You read the readings or watch the readings that you're drawn to. Okay? I just got like a ton. Like Virgo is my most dominant sign, even though it's not one of my top 3. Okay? So trust me when I tell you that I get where these Virgos are coming from. I get what the Virgo energy is all about. Okay? I'm going to draw 4 cards from the John D. Oracle deck now to explore these 4 areas of life. And by the way, each of these areas of life is overseen by different archangels. So I'm calling upon that archangel at this time to help provide us with a message for my Virgo collective. Thank you so much, Divine Spirits of Love and Light, archangels, ancestors, allies, and guides, both mine and those of the collective. You guys, I've been watching out for this dude. This is Johannes Faustus. Okay. One of the 8 archetypes in this deck is the Magus. He is the magician. He is the creator. He sets his intentions and then he pursues them. And he comes up as a little bit of a card of warning. All right. So we're going to get into that a little bit more. By the way, work and influences is over. These are external influences. This is all overseen by Archangel Uriel. Moving on, we're asking Archangel Raphael for a message to help guide us in the area of health and well-being. Oops. There's a lot of energy. I feel like you guys are very restless. Galileo Galilei. I love that dude, okay? He's the silver astronomer, and the astronomer archetype is all about observation, all right? So we're moving on now and asking Archangel Michael to guide a message for us regarding intention and direction. Intention. This is going to be a very important part of this. You got the gold geographer, who's John D., but not face up. You got the silver physician, okay? Physicians is all about wellness. So it's about moving forward, making sure that you're moving forward in a healthy direction. Finally, we're calling upon Archangel Gabriel to deliver to us a message to begin our conversation of what's going on with love and inspiration. Roger Bacon. I call this the Dead White Guy Tarot, or the Dead White Guy Oracle deck, because John D. was a Renaissance man. His writings actually inspired the Tarot of the Golden Dawn and a bunch of other stuff. He was into alchemy. He was a physician. He was an astronomer. He was a magician. All right. That's who John D was. So everybody who shows up on these cards are people who come from that world. All right. So sort of like ancient, medieval, Renaissance philosophers, people whose works he would have been familiar with. But the Alchemist is all about transformation, all right? So we're going to get into each of these cards a little deeper and clarify with the Game of Thrones Tarot. Let's go back to let's go back to Johannes Faustus. You know who Faustus is, all right? All right, a contemporary of John D., a contemporary of Queen Elizabeth I, and of William Shakespeare was this dude named Christopher Marlowe, all right? Awesome character from history. Okay, he was a spy for Queen Elizabeth. He was a poet. He was a playwright. He died at age 26 in a knife fight in a bar. Okay, that guy lived his life. But he wrote this book called Dr. Faustus about the guy who is another Renaissance man. I actually believe that it was a portrait. It was meant to kind of like attack John D. because he was a magician. All right. But so this Johannes Faustus is this guy. He's like, oh, I've kind of mastered everything in life right now, and I'm a little bored. I just wish I could raise people from the dead. And the thing is, like, this is the 1600s. In order to do that, you have to make a deal with the devil. You have to give up your sovereignty and your autonomy. You have to sever yourself from a relationship with God, i.e. faith, hope, light, in order to gain that power. So before I even get to what the book has to say, this is what Faustus wants us to focus on. This is what Archangel Uriel is calling our attention to right now, is about what is it that you're trying to accomplish, and what would it require for you to accomplish that? Is that something that you really want to do to your soul? Dude, that was heavy. I didn't even know what message was coming out until it came out. All right. In the North position, when it comes to work and external influences, this card carries the following message. Being true to your vision is paramount. Not all of us are fortunate enough to be able to fulfill our dreams, but we should at least try. We must, however, also learn to deal with disappointment, as this can undermine every part of life. If daily defeats are permitted to become all-important, the accumulation will work against you over time. Be aware of this and deal with such matters as they arise. Where do you turn for help when everything seems to go wrong? I think this is less of a moral issue and more of a, listen, this guy had a goal. All right. And he was disappointed. He had a lot of disappointments. He's like, yo, I can heal people, but I can't make them live forever. Okay. So he was in a position where he's like, well, who do I turn to for help on this? And the first person who pops up, who is it? It's not Beelzebub. Is it Mephistopheles? Is Mephistopheles a devil? I think he's a devil. Okay. So what happens is just like this demon pops up and is like, yo, homeboy, we can help you out. We can help you out. I can give you the thing that you're looking for. All you got to do is forsake everything else that gives your life meaning right now. Well, that was bad advice. Long story short, spoiler alert. Things do not end well for Johannes Faustus. Okay? He took bad advice. Who you go to, who you turn to when you face disappointments in life is very, very, very important, because you don't want somebody, you don't want a devil in your ear that's going to point you in the wrong direction. That's the energy that's trying to come through you guys right now. Don't let anybody give you advice that's going to steer you away from your intentions. Archangel Uriel asks, where do you turn for help when everything seems to go wrong? So let's come up with a good answer. Who can you turn to for help at this time? Okay? Because I feel like the main part of that message is you have this intention, but sometime in the past, look at this, the Three of Swords in the middle of the deck. Sometime in the past, you experienced a major disappointment on the path to trying to fulfill this intention. So now, who's going to help you figure out plan B? Are you going to go to Mephistopheles? I cannot even say. Are you going to let a demon in your ear? Or are you going to turn the other direction and listen to your higher self at this time? Okay? Maybe your higher self, maybe it's a friend. The Three of Cups. You have people around you who can help guide you at this time, who will help guide you on the right path. Just make sure that they're people who are interested in your highest good and not how the situation is going to benefit them. See? You really have to be careful about who you're turning to at this time, because not everybody has the same intentions as you. Not everybody wants the same outcome as you, Virgo. This is almost like there are too many voices in your head. For some of you guys, that's what you've done. You've gone around and you've asked for advice, maybe from a couple different places. And now you're assessing the situation. Okay? You have to be patient. The Knight of Spears reversed. This is the Knight of Wands reverse. This is a lack of patience. This is a desire to want to rush forward. But here's the problem. Judgment. Judgment. You've got to make a judgment call. Okay? Because you have this intention. And you've recently faced a disappointment when it comes to pursuing this intention. Who are you going to turn to? Because I feel like there's a lot of conflicting energies. Some of you guys, honestly, this Five of Swords can mean too many opinions in the kitchen. Okay? You can't stick to the recipe when everybody's like, oh, well, I add a little more of this, a little more of that, blah, 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 blah. Make it your own. Make it your own. Too many energies involved in this situation. So this guy is in his garden. He's got everybody's given him their best gardening tips. And now he's looking at the product of his work thus far. Well, what have I put into this and what have I gotten out of it? What methods have worked for me? What methods have not? But I feel like it's almost this energy we got to be careful of because this is toxic. This is toxic energy. This is impatience. This is a desire to like push forward without really thinking about it. All right? There's a lot of energy surrounding this. A lot of opinions have been made available to you, and it's your turn to sort those out at this time. Okay? All right, darlings, let's move on to the Silver Astronomer. Astronomers are all about observation, and y'all got Galileo. Oh, I love Galileo. Galileo. Magnifico. I'm just a poor boy. Nobody loves me. Sorry, I've been in the house too long, you guys. When he shows up in the Oracle of the East, he's talking to us about health and well-being, and here is his message. Interesting. All right, if you're prone to weakness or attacks of ill health, look beyond the physical for the cause. While you should not neglect yourself or the advice of a qualified physician if the need arises, certain aspects of sickness can arise from a lack of self-esteem or for traumas buried in the history of your family. Be alert for these things and look out for the more oblique answers provided by the oracle. These may seem unrelated, but a careful exploration often results in clearer understanding of the root cause. For some of you guys, where you turned for advice after dealing with a certain disappointment was to the family narrative. A narrative that has been passed on through your lineage, all right? This is health and well-being, you guys, but they're talking to me about past lives. Okay? They're talking to me about past lives. I've got, oh my gosh, whenever I start talking about ancestors, you guys, you don't understand. It's like I got a family reunion. We just had a whole crew rush in right now. Okay? These intentions that you've set, Virgo, stick with me here because I'm going to get a little esoteric. These intentions that you've set were set by by your ancestors and not fulfilled by them. So what happens is they want to see you fulfill whatever this is that you're seeking, that you're going after. This is a legacy. This is something that is owed to you from past lives. Okay? It's time to collect. It's time to collect. That's the energy that I'm getting here, and I love it. All right? What are the abiding resources of your family line? You guys, here we have a Tower card. Here we have a Tower card. All right? This, you guys, I am so excited. This is divine intervention. This is divine intervention. Okay? I'm just so excited because basically, like, I think people might think I'm crazy when I start talking about your past life and your familial inheritances, but this is real. Karma is real. We have earned so many karmic gifts that we were unable to claim in past lives. And you've still done the work. Your soul has done the work. And your ancestors are here in this lifetime to help you claim your rewards. So now I get to go into my Game of Thrones tarot here and ask Spirit to give us more information on this inheritance that is owed to you. But It might also bring up some past life traumas, some inherited, some familial traumas. But here's the bottom line. You're in a position to break a pattern that your family line has been suffering from, that your ancestors, your past self has been suffering from for generations. You have the ability to do that. And your guides, your ancestors, they want to help you through it. We still have judgment on the bottom. Okay? This is bringing to life something that was once seen as dead. But also this is karma. This is the universe like, hi, we've got a delivery for Virgo. Is there anybody home to pick it up? Is there anybody home to pick it up, Virgo? Okay? Keep your eye on your intention. Keep your focus at this time. Be careful who you turn to advice for, but be willing. Yes, bitches, pardon my language. This is exciting. But be willing to listen to Spirit for advice as well. You guys, for some of you guys, this is literally death. We have death at the bottom of the card. For some of you guys, this is enslavement. This is literally your ancestors breaking out of some sort of enslavement. If you have African American ancestors, you know that the work the struggles that your ancestors went through, and then they weren't allowed to collect on that. They weren't allowed to collect their good karma in their lifetime. Maybe they want you to have it. They want you to have it. This is the Magician. You guys have magic in your bloodline. I'm letting you know. You have magic in your bloodline. You have magic in your bloodline. Okay? Overcoming that devil energy. Because this devil, this is what we're fighting against. Whenever we come up against karma, that's some sort of devil energy that we have to overcome. We have to overcome fear, enslavement, servitude, restrictions, limitations. So your bloodline, your family line, your heritage is literally overcoming that. Letting your will overcome the will of your master. Okay? And this, for some of you guys, this tower is still around. Breaking free, breaking free, breaking free. And for some of you guys, this is alcoholism. This is domestic abuse. Okay? We can be enslaved to many different things. But for some of you guys, it's the literal institution of slavery that your ancestors have broken free from. And they didn't get to collect their rewards in their lifetime. They want to bring them to you. Okay? The Hanged Man. Okay, show me one more card that come up here. The Three of Coins. All right? They are still here to help you. They are still on deck. These ancestors, these past life versions of yourself who did the work but did not get to collect the karmic reward, they are here. They're helping you. They're working with you to create this in this lifetime. You guys, that's the most magical thing I think I've ever said on this channel. I love this message so much. We're going to move on to intention and direction. All right, this is Mr. John D himself, the Silver Physician. I can't say words. Physician has to do with well-being. And when he shows up in the South down here, this is the message he carries. Whatever point in your life you have reached, whatever season most empowers you, be as rooted as you can in the rich soil of your own innate wisdom. No matter from what quarter the winds blow or where they would seem to send you, remain true to your own inner compass and follow the dictates of your heart. Take time to consider the path you are on and all that it may bring you. Visualize your intentions. But when you go and you ask other people for their advice, they don't see what you see. They don't know what you know. They don't have the information that your guides and your ancestors are trying to bring into you on this situation. Okay? Archangel Michael asks, please go watch the Pisces reading because the whole thing is about answering this question. Which guides you most? Logic or intuition. You're looking because you are Virgo and you want to have a logical answer to things. You want things to fit within your schema of understanding the world. So you go to other people who you see as very logical people, and you say, hey man, I just suffered this really bad disappointment. What's your opinion of this? And they can give you information, but they can't give you intuition. You know what I mean? So this card up here is really about you asking people in the world what to do. This is about you talking to your guides about the right thing to do. And this card at the bottom is saying, which one of these things are you relying on most right now, Virgo? And let me tell you, I already know the answer. You're a Virgo. I got baby dolls, okay? I got Sun, Moon, and Mercury in my 6th house. That's Virgo ruled. I got Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn in Virgo. I know. We are, there we are, the Hermit, you guys. All right. So we can go within and like search for knowledge, but we're mostly going to be guided by logic and intuition. I really think this whole thing is asking you to listen up. I'm sorry, I say logic and intuition. By logic and reason. I really feel like your situation, achieving this intention, depends on you relying now on your intuition instead. We got, ooh, that's too many. Yep. Well, it's 3. That's the exact right number. Now, here's the thing. Yeah. You guys are going within, but didn't I just say, what does Virgo do when they go within? They're looking at logic and reason. All right. This Empress, it's not a high priestess. It's not a high priestess. I'm going to be real with you. It's not a high priestess. High priestess is all about inner knowing, but this Empress is in a receptive position. She's receiving rather than doing. All right. And then, that's how she can come. I feel like these are weak. I want more cards to fill this position. I mean, they came out. I wasn't going to put them down. They flipped on top of the deck. Let's look a little bit. Ooh, okay. I understand. I understand. The Hierophant. Okay, you guys, sorry. I'm all over the place. Let me chill out. Bring it back in. And the 4 of Swords reversed. 5 of Cups reversed. You guys can't get... And the 5 of Swords. Wow. Here's what's happening, guys. Here's what's happening. 6 of Cups. Your inner child is here. All right, guys. So here's what happens. You have these ancestors and these past versions of yourself who have lived a certain life, okay? But your more immediate family, this life that you were raised in, gave you a different set of values. And that's one of the places that you turn when you need guidance moving forward. Well, let me check back on the values that were handed down to me in my childhood. Oh, some of you guys are talking to your mom. That's legit. Okay? But when you go within, you have your own moral code that you've come up with. You've created your own logical structure of the world. What makes sense and what doesn't. What's wrong and what's right versus what's true and what's false. Does that make sense to you guys? Okay? All right. So the Hermit is you're doing the best you can. You're going into your logical space, trying to go over it all, but you're not listening to your intuition. And that's what leaves you in this, okay? Coming out of this energy, you guys, this is straight, I'm feeling major mom energy. Major mom energy here. I don't know why I'm saying talk to your mom. If your mom is somebody that you can have conversations with about this topic, talk to your mom. Spirit won't let me get past that. For some of you guys, this is a spiritual entity who wants to guide you at this time through your intuition. But the main thing is, this is abundance, prosperity, potential, okay? You setting your intentions. Oh my God, look at their dresses. Look at their dresses. Look at that. This is why the Empress card is here. Look at their dresses. This is the same person, okay? This is the same person. Different decks, but same figure, okay? Who set these intentions? Part of you. Somebody inside of you set those intentions. Just keep your eye focused, because she's moving across water. She's going on this mission. She was planning this her whole life. Everything has been leading up to this. She's trying to go get her motherfucking inheritance. That's why the Empress card is here. They want me to talk about the character in the show. Okay. Somebody literally stole the crown from her father, the throne. This is the Iron Throne, belongs to Daenerys Targaryen. Okay, she's going back to get it. She's going to get her inheritance. Look who she's got on her side. Her dragons. Okay, now if you know the whole story of the Game of Thrones, it's gonna make sense to you already. But if you don't, let me let you know. She's literally one of the last of her line. Okay. Thousands of years ago, her ancestors bred dragons. Dragons have not been around in like hundreds of years. But this bitch got dragons, okay? She's got dragons. She is literally bringing back this magic that's been dead for hundreds of years. Okay? That's what you guys have the power to do in this lifetime. To collect the abundance that you worked for in your past lives. Okay? When logic fails you, you guys have to learn how to tap into your intuition. Okay? That's very, 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 very important. I want to draw one more. But I'm going to go back to the Vintage Wisdom Oracle. Guardian Angel. Didn't I tell you guys? I'm sorry. I know you think I'm weird, but I don't even care. I'm just telling you the truth. The way that Spirit is talking to me. This is the Guardian Angel. For some of you guys. That's a guardian. For all y'all. It's a Guardian Angel. Okay? So you have somebody who is literally, oh look, watching over you, trying to help you on this mission. Okay? So when you're faced with disappointment, this is who you turn to for guidance. Okay? Not people who don't even know about your inheritance. I'm just saying, okay? We're going to wrap this up with the fourth area of life. This is love and inspiration. And you guys, why do I feel like everything's been building to this? Love and inspiration. The gold alchemists. Alchemists are able to transmute the situation, to transform it from what it is into what they'd like to see it as, okay? So let's look at the message with this dude, Roger Bacon. Oh, dude, he's from like the 1200s. He's old school. He's like 400 years before John Dee. Anyways, let's do this. When he shows up in the West, here's what he has to say. Whenever or wherever love or inspiration strike, it's easy to become caught up in the maelstrom of feelings. That's why she is only trying to pour out a little bit at a time. Do you understand? Okay? Because if she tipped that too far forward, all of that emotion would pour out. And that really disorients you as a Virgo, because you like to be in a logical, rational place. Remember that the future needs planning for also, and consider the demands that family life can bring. Prepare for times ahead, but don't allow yourself to become over-obsessed with security. Freedom is important too. As with everything, you can transform your fears into strengths and your dreams into reality. Archangel Gabriel asks, what gives you the greatest sense of freedom? Interesting. Whenever we get these cards out, it's going to tie us back to the beginning, I promise you. What gives you the greatest sense of freedom? Being able to make a clear decision. Feeling like you really have all of the facts that you need to just say, yep, this is the right choice, and then move forward. That's what Virgos desire. That's what makes Virgos feel free. Because what makes Virgos feel worrisome is not having all the facts. Virgo feels free when they can just make a decision and then let it go and know it was the best decision that they could make. Okay, let's see what the cards have to say. Thank you. What was the question already? What gives you the greatest sense of freedom? Interesting. We have the Four of Cups and the Seven of Spears. What gives you the greatest sense of freedom? When we go back to the Six of Spears. Wow. 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 Okay, guys. Go watch the Scorpio reading. Queen of Swords. That's me right now. Telling you to go watch the Scorpio reading. I'm just letting you know. Go watch the Scorpio reading. I feel like for some of you guys, there's definitely a message in it. It's about whether to proceed on your mission alone. Seven of Cups. Clarity is coming through, you guys. All right. Here is this energy that I've got right now. Right now, what you guys are feeling, a lot of you, the best way that you can preserve your freedom at this time is kind of by blocking your own blessings. I don't like to say it that way. I don't like to say it this way. This is the energy that I'm getting right now. That for you guys, freedom comes from disengaging. Freedom comes from not collecting your inheritance. Because it's too much. It's too much for you guys right now. Hold on a second. Prepare for times ahead, but don't allow yourself to become over-obsessed with security. Freedom is important too. As with everything, you can transform your fears into strengths and your dreams into reality. This is the feeling that I get. You guys want security over, you're choosing security. You're choosing security over your inheritance. And here's the thing, this inheritance will bring you security. You're choosing what your logical mind sees as the most secure option, instead of having faith at this time. Okay? And look, I'm not going to convince a Virgo ever to do something that goes against their own logic and their own reason. All right? But I am letting you know that you've got guides right now. You guys, there are so many irrational things in the world that are trying to happen in your benefit, to your benefit. They're irrational. They're not logical. They don't fit in the scientific way of looking at and seeing the world. The universe has come along and is trying to offer you your wishes, and you're literally blocking them. Okay? Because in order to accept this cup, it requires vulnerability. It requires you to abandon logic and work from a place of intuition, of inner knowing. And that's the place you guys are real comfortable with right now. Okay? You would rather just move forward. Oof. Gosh. Ouch. Okay. All right. I understand. This is a safer bet. Going by horseback is a much safer bet. Look how guarded she is. She's got so many soldiers walking around her. This is how you would prefer to move forward at this time. On horseback. Even though you got this motherfucking ship and these dragons that are ready to take you anywhere you want to go. But this requires faith. And faith is not present. It's just when you go within and you try to review all the facts, Faith is not a fact. I mean, faith is a fact. The presence or absence of faith, that is a fact. Who gets to decide whether or not faith is present? You do. You do. Okay? So this is a lack of imagination almost. And you guys, let me stop and say, things are very scary in the world right now. A lot of us do not know what our future looks like. And that's why this is this is a major decision that you have to make about what intentions you're going to pursue at this time. Even if you've had some disappointment in the recent past. Okay? You're being given the opportunity to have faith in something. Imagine a brighter possibility. Imagine more happiness than you ever dreamed. Because here's the thing. We have an idea how happy we want to be in this life, how much we want to achieve or succeed. But sometimes the universe is like, no, we have so much more for you. All you have to do is believe in it. All you have to do is believe in it, Virgo. All right. I'm going to go to my self-care deck and see what kind of message Spirit wants to send. Let's call on this guardian angel. Guardian angel. Dearest beloved. One thing guardian angel is letting me know right now is you are in a space where you are protected. You could take a risk. You could take a risk right now. And Spirit's got your back. But if you don't have faith, then you will probably just continue, like I said, to move ahead on horseback rather than getting on your ship, your magical ship that's going to carry you. She's just trying, at this phase in her life, when she's riding forth on this horse, she's just trying to accumulate resources. She's just trying to make sure she can pay the bills. Okay? Later in her life, she's like, yo, I don't got to worry about anything. I have everything I need. Now, I'm going to go get my inheritance. I'm going to go reclaim my throne. You guys are being urged to reclaim a throne that was stolen from your ancestors or from your past life. Yo, I get you, Spirit. I'm hearing you right now. That's what I'm trying to say. This is what I'm trying to say to them, Spirit. Yeah, let me say it. I'm going to talk them through it, okay? I'm talking to Spirit back here. Get your priorities straight. When you know what's important, saying no gets much easier. What are you willing to prioritize at this time? Please understand, this is what Spirit wants me to say to you. Imagine that everything that you will ever need is provided for you, Virgo. What do you want? Imagine everything that you will ever need in life is provided for you. Believe in yourself and your ability to have already provided that for yourself. So if everything in your life is being provided for you, what would you wish for? What would you wish for? Because you've already wished for it. Listen, please understand. You've already made this wish and the universe has already started to respond to you to try to make this happen. Okay? There's been some disappointment in the past, but your spirit guides are asking you, please do not give up. We've got this boat ready to go. You can jump on horseback if you want to. Take the safer route. Or you can go beyond your wildest dreams and really truly achieve happiness in this lifetime that your ancestors have not seen in hundreds and hundreds of years. Okay? You guys, I hope it wasn't too heavy. Hit me up and we can do something that is personalized to you, because please understand, there's people that want to talk. There are people who have messages for you. There are spiritual entities that have messages for you at this time. All right. I love you guys so much. Like the button if you're still around, or hit the like button if you're still around. And do your very, very best to stay happy, healthy, and hopeful at this time. I have a feeling we're all going to get through.